Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now. Hey Arizona, just because weed is legal now doesn't mean your criminal record is clear. You need to visit azexpunge.org today. The Reclaim Your Future campaign can expunge your record for free. Go to azexpunge.org now.
Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy. How you doing?
always in need of a lot of help over here. We are the Dr. Greenthumb Show live on Twitch, Discord, YouTube, and the home site www.breal.tv. What it do, baby boo? To my right, Mr. Goodlight, DJ C minus.
What up?
And special guest today in the house, comedian Martin Moreno.
Hola.
Up in here.
What's up? What's up?
That's right. Up at the treehouse crew, Bolton, Blanco, Bra Bra, and the Dominator.
Yo, we're doing good. Yo, shout out to Martine being up in here.
Martine, hey, he flipped it on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Martin.
Yeah,
For the sake of the white guy upstairs, I said Martin, and he flipped it on me.
And said,
Martin. But he didn't roll the R. We've been trying to help him with this R's. Bro.
Martin.
Martin. He can't do it.
Martin.
His mar sounds like
yeah.
Martin.
More Arab.
It sounds like a
Yeah.
mute person trying to speak.
You'll see. We'll have him do one. We also have the illustrious Son Doobie in the building.
Just thank you guys, man. You guys been making me laugh. I love you guys. Hell yeah.
And also Mr. Milligrams E-Zone up in here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome, Martin.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Yeah. Hey, man. I got to say, you killed the set at the Ice House. For the Dr. Greenthumb Smokeout Sunday thing, killed it, bro.
Dude, thank you very much. You know, I hadn't been on stage. I think the last time I'd gone on stage before that was on New Year's, and they wheeled me up on a wheelchair because I couldn't walk. And then when I did the Ice House show, I still had the boot. And
You were on the
crutches.
crutch, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the first set I did standing up in months. So I was just itching, to get up there. And it was such a great freaking crowd too, dude. It was an incredible night.
It was hilarious.
And everybody killed that night.
Yeah, everybody had a great set. You killed it, and I was tripping on the story that you told, like how you broke your foot or something,
Bro,
right?
we
Like
were in. I'm touring with Fluffy Gabriel Iglesias, and we were doing a big ass show over at the Footprint Arena in Phoenix, Arizona. And as the show started, I host the show, and when they introduced me, I tripped getting on stage for some reason. I was on stage already, but I tripped going around the curtain. Oh, okay. And like when you trip and you kind of go forward and then you catch yourself. Mm-hmm. I ran out of real estate, homie. I just ran out to a 5-foot stage.
And that'll do it.
And the with the momentum that I had, it looked like there's a video out there somewhere, and it looks like I'm going head first. Oh. And somehow last second I caught myself, landed on my feet. And I broke my right ankle, messed up my left shoulder. So I was kind of like immobile. Like I couldn't even do crutches because I couldn't use my left arm.
That's the surgery shoulder?
That's a surgery shoulder, yeah. I had a rotator cuff repair.
Wow.
And I got back up. Like when I fell, it was, like when you're in that adrenaline rush, and the music was still playing,
You got back up there, right?
I stood up, bro, and I went back on stage and I hosted I did my set, hosted the show. And then at the end, when they took me to the emergency room out there, my shit was freaking huge, bro. And
the tincho?
What's that?
The tincho?
Oh, dude, huge tincho. But I mean, I did the set, and it was one of those, like, I don't know if it was pride or just whatever the hell it was.
Professionalism, pride,
a lot of things,
adrenaline,
and just being an old crazy fuck that's not gonna get
the show must go on, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Some of the stuff we'll put ourselves through to, like, because if we're like trained to like do the show no matter what. Yeah, I mean, athletes do it. Yeah, entertainers do it.
I mean,
how much pain were you going through?
I was in pain, dude. I was struggling to, like, I was limping. I was limping and just kind of like, and the shoe was still on, so it was controlling the swelling. Oh, wow. It was controlling the swelling. I was in the Marines once upon a time. Wow. And just boot camp, right? Yeah. And I have an extra bone on my foot, and my shit swells up. Like if I do like a lot of strenuous exercise on it. Okay. And
what foot?
The right foot.
Is that the one that broke?
The one that broke. So the guy that was in the runs, they make squad leaders at first by height, and the guy that was in front of me, he kept falling out of the runs, and so by default I was squad leader. Okay. And one day my shit was hurting, bro, and I just tied that boot. Like I tied it super tight. and I kept on running like a pendejo, you know. And so,
Sucked it up. Yeah.
and I remember at night you're supposed to shower, and then you get in your underwear and you stand there with your hands out. You know, Recruit Moreno has no injuries or personal problems to report at this time, sir. I couldn't take off the boot, homie. I couldn't take it off, and I'm standing there like an idiot. Recruit Moreno has no injuries to report or personal problems. He goes, you got a freaking boot on your foot, you idiot. What do you mean you have nothing to report? They had to cut that thing off.
Wow.
They cut it off, and my shit was swollen. So they gave me a injury prior to enlistment, medical separation from the Marine Corps.
Oh,
wow.
But I did like the first month and a half of boot camp,
right.
and then I got the T-shirt, and
You still have it?
I don't, but I had it for years, homie, because I kept the Marine Corps haircut. Every bar I'd go to wearing the shirt, they'd buy me beer for free, bro. I'd be like an asshole. I was fronting, bro. Like,
Hey, how many more weeks did you have to complete the boot camp?
oh, I was just starting because like it's the Marine Corps is the longest one, I think.
How
So,
long is it?
like I think like close to 4 months.
Yeah.
What? It's like 3 months, I think.
They getting you ready for.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
They-
Marines
they,
are toughest boot camp.
They
yeah.
turn you into a killing machine,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
What part about your foot has an extra bone?
So I have my toe is a fat ass toe, homie.
So that's where the big toe
I
comes
think
from?
so. I think that's where the big toe comes from.
Dude,
You know, so
that now it makes sense, like, 'cause scientifically.
yeah.
He's almost like, what's
No,
up
it's
with
a
the toe?
big freaking
No,
toe,
dude, if
bro.
you ever if you ever see him wearing chanclas, bro, like
Yeah,
he has a big toe,
it's
bro.
a big toe, bro. But you know, my pops had polio, bro. So I think that had something to do with the toe anatomy or some shit, bro. But yeah, he had like his leg was this thin. Wow. You know, yeah.
Oh,
And in Mexico, 1931. I think I might have told the story about how they put him out. I did tell the story.
that was
on the
cold,
when
dude,
they
yeah.
put him out. Yeah, 'cause, dude, it was like 1931, Great Depression going on in the
Yeah.
United States. Mexico had no food really, and you know, small town. And I think he had like 15 brothers or some crazy shit like that.
Wow.
And he was one of the youngest. And they're like, this fool, you know, he's not gonna be able to work. He's not gonna be able to help out.
Right.
Just put him out in the chicken coop para que Dios lo recoja, so God could pick him
Right.
up. You know, we're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
because they can't waste the food on the other fools that are working
Absolutely.
on the runt, right?
The strong survive type shit.
100%. And his oldest sister would feel bad, and so she would take the scraps and feed this fool.
Oh, poor thing. man.
And he survived.
Wow.
He freaking survived, and he knew that they tried to kill him because that crazy bitch told him.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? Like, you can't. You know, like
We're trying to starve you to death over here.
you know, our parents tried to kill you, but I stepped up and saved you. You should be grateful. But it was that kind of personality.
Damn.
Absolutely. Wow.
You know what I mean? And so she
Man.
lorded it over his head his whole life. So imagine knowing that. And then, like, I think, like, at 13, they moved to a town called Guaymas in Sonora. And that fool ended up on a shrimp boat, bro, with sailors. Like, when people say, were you raised by sailors? He literally was raised by sailors.
He was Forrest Gump in it.
Hey, dude, like, crazy time. But with a disability, you know?
Whoa.
And who knows what those Mexicans did? You know what I mean?
Word,
Like,
word,
they
that's
probably
right.
tortured that poor bastard. And so he was a crazy dude, but like when I look at it, I'm like, he had minimal tools to like. It's a wonder that he was able to reproduce and make, like, dude.
Absolutely.
You know what kind of game you have to fuck to have
Word,
a polio leg, bro?
Word.
It takes some game. Yeah.
It takes some game, bro.
Did he need crutches?
Nah, he would, you know, hobble along. You couldn't really tell, bro. Like, for some reason, he managed to limp around without noticing too
Were
much.
both legs like that?
Nah, just one.
Oh, so he had like
One
a
leg.
pirate peg leg.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, he was a crazy dude. And so his toe on that messed up foot would go to the side, like it was hitchhiking, kind of.
It had the bone, yeah.
Yeah.
After a while, it forms that way.
Correct.
Because it's used to that.
He had
yeah.
like these crazy toes and shit. So I think, you know, my toe.
My toes are crazy.
I got crazy toes.
I got crazy toes, man.
Yeah.
I got long ones, man. They look like fingers.
That's nice.
But
Got finger toes.
I got finger toes, man.
Oh.
Don't stop, man. Look
Please.
at you guys.
Settle down, Beavis.
Their glasses are a little crooked.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say. I was like, I wasn't gonna let him do that the whole show. Maybe.
No, that's okay.
Maybe that's a new style. he was
No,
trying
no.
to-
I was like,
My
I'm gonna let it run for
headphones.
5 minutes and then I'll tell him.
It's hard with the headphones. Sometimes the headphones.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm all right. Am I okay? Do I look okay, man?
Yeah, you look great.
You look brilliant.
You look gorgeous, bro.
Thanks.
Look
That's
at
right,
bro. Look at that
goddammit.
skin.
Don't talk about my toes no more, man. I'm sorry, man. I
you were
apologize.
talking about your toes.
All right, I mean me, man. I won't talk about them. Sorry, man.
Yeah, your hand feet. You know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Oh yeah. Let's not ever see those.
So yeah, I fell and I did a few months where I couldn't even stand or nothing, which was brutal, bro. Like
Wow.
my old lady, God bless her, because she took care of me. Like I was helpless.
Yeah.
Like even to go to the bathroom, I had a little scooter that I was rolling around in the house with. So I smoked a lot. I had some chichiladas.
Right on.
Nice.
And I started drinking a little bit, not too much, but every once in a couple of nightcaps,
Just a
you know,
little, yeah.
of some tequila, bro. But you know, I found this dude named Lou Agave. Not a whole lot of followers, but the dude knows tequila. And I was looking up some cocktail recipes, and then you know how like when you let it play and you don't go back and it just defaults to another chingadera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up on his channel. And he's got this thing where it's like, don't drink this, drink this. And he's got all the high-end, top shelf, bottle service things that everybody flosses with.
Wow.
And he's like, this is garbage.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then he shows you the alternative.
And he shows you the
Yeah, I've
alternative.
seen that guy
That's dope.
before.
And,
That's cool.
But,
He's
but
educating people.
educating people, bro. And he's like, look, this right here is full of added sugars, added chemicals,
That's
because you can't make mass-produced things and let it sit in a barrel for over a year. You're not gonna make any
Yeah,
money. So these
preservative.
guys- So they add all this crazy shit
Yeah.
to put it out there faster. And they make it taste good. Like some of these tequilas, you taste them, you're like, well, this doesn't even taste like tequila because it's not.
Premature.
Because they're putting all these chemicals to make it taste good. So he's like, so I found all these additive free, and I've never been a fan of white tequila, the blancos, but it's the purest.
It's the purest
expression.
one. Yeah.
And when you get a good one without all the chemicals and the added sugars, my God, it is tasty.
You have a
homie.
brand that you've been fucking with?
I love El Tequileño Platinum. Not an expensive bottle.
It's a small craft, huh?
It's crap. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they
No, but like small batch type of deal.
yeah, exactly. And there's this other one called Fortaleza that I haven't been able to find just because that shit went popular, and now they're jacking up the prices, bro. Because these
That's how
distillers,
they do.
Yeah.
these
yeah.
distillers are doing it the right
right.
way. They're doing it like the old school way, without the bullshit. And when you taste the good tequila like that, bro, it is. I'm gonna bring you guys a bottle.
It's a different experience when you get a good tequila.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sir. And
It's always been the least of my favorite of liquors. Honestly, like with tequila's always been the least of my favorite one. But I think it's because I have yet to find something good. But the last time I tried something that was small and small batch and organic like that was Ilegal Mezcal.
Yes.
I know that's
it's a different sport.
yeah,
but
it's a different sport. But me being a whiskey guy, it was like right up my alley because it's more smoky.
Yeah,
than
mezcal
tequila.
is good. I like mezcal.
Mezcal
like
is
mezcal.
incredible. But you know, you would probably appreciate some extra añejos that are aged in whiskey barrels.
Yeah, I've had some of those, and they're up there for
Because
me.
I'm a big bourbon fan, and when I tried these tequilas, it opened up my eyes to a whole nother life that I was like, oh my God, I can mess with this. This is really, really good. So I spent a lot of time on YouTube. I did a lot of cooking videos. Well, not personally, but I watched a lot of like cooking channels. You know, and I've always messed around in the kitchen like cooking, but now I'm like making like. Dude, I made apple fritters the other day.
Damn.
Damn.
Should have
From
brought
scratch?
some, dog.
Well, this is right now, my hands smell like garlic. My nails smell like garlic because I left some rabo encendido in the oven.
Oh man, that's my favorite.
Is that your
bro.
favorite?
I swear to God,
Homie.
my mother used to make that. That was my favorite that she made.
It's legit my favorite
is just
Cuban
good.
dish
Yeah.
of all goddamn time.
It's heavy
Hey,
though.
when made right.
Oh, bro.
Lucky B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it.
It's a heavy meal though.
Who taught you how to make that, or did you like look it up?
I loved it so much, and I used to date a Cuban chick, and she made it for me one time out in Florida, and then her mom made it for me, and then
Her mom's was on another level. Huh?
her mom's on a whole different tip.
Yup,
bro.
the mama's got a different
On
level.
a whole different tip, and then I was like, how do you make it? So. So the pressure cooker way, but I have a Dutch oven too. So
Right.
this is the first time I'm making it in a Dutch oven.
Right.
I've always done the pressure cooker way, but my mom used to make it on the stovetop. She used to.
Yeah.
Right.
We had when we grew up, we were surrounded by Cuban neighbors, and she learned how to cook, arroz con pollo. She learned how to do the congri,
Yeah.
the plátanos,
Man,
All that.
the
stop it.
plantains, the
Yeah.
rabo.
It's a sharing of wealth,
Dude,
sharing of information.
the recipes that she got from these Cubans was next level. And Cuban food, Peruvian food. I love Mexican food, but Cuban and Peruvian, that's a whole nother
Do
level of
Cubans
flavor.
make pasteles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when the Cubans make
You know what's
pasteles.
crazy? My mother on the reverse end, she would learn how to make the Mexican dishes from the other neighbors.
Nice.
Like, just learn how to do the enchiladas and the rest, because my father was Mexican, mother was Cuban. So, like, I'd get, like, a mixture of both. But, like, for her, she came from the Cuban stuff, you know what I mean? She learned from her mother, so.
Was she in Cuba?
She did. She was born in Cuba and came out here in '68. Escaped in '68, I should say.
Wow.
But she learned from her mother teaching her, right? And
B, that was probably the time where all our neighbors came because I was
Yeah.
born in '68, and as a child, to the left of us we had two families.
Yep.
To the right of us we had another two.
Yep.
It was just full of Cubans that had just left.
Yeah.
And they all had this thing that said Cuba libre,
Cuba libre.
volveremos.
yeah,
When Cuba's free, we'll come back.
Right.
yeah, those are the ones that escaped
Yeah.
or got exiled.
Yeah.
Some of them came in the lottery.
Well, then the Marielitos were in the 80s, late
Yeah, that's-
70s, early 80s,
That's
right?
the 82.
That was Scarface.
Yeah, 82 boat lift.
Oh, 82 boat lift.
That's what they were
big
calling
word.
it for a time. Yeah.
Wow.
82.
My mother went back to Cuba. Like, and if they had caught her, she would have, got executed because she didn't come over in a lottery. She escaped, because she was in a prison, and her uncle worked in the prison and actually helped her escape, right? And that's how she got here
Crazy.
in '68.
Wow.
But she went back to go get her mother, one of my older sisters, and two of my uncles in '82.
Oh, my
That's
God.
how they
bless,
came back.
man.
They
God bless.
luckily they came back, but
Yeah, no shit.
I didn't see my mother for like months. It was crazy.
What were you
Wow.
doing?
How old were you, bro?
82, I was 12.
You were in gangbanging yet?
No, a couple years later. I'm banging and shit.
Have you been to Cuba?
No, because I could only, if we went down there, it would have to be like for vacation or a free show, like a
Well,
benefit.
Can you go? Because
But I could go, yeah, because I'm an American citizen. I wasn't born there, so.
I know, but are we allowed to go? Is it?
Yeah.
Because
You might have to go.
talking about that.
I went over there last year,
Yeah,
and I needed a visa
yeah,
to get in there, and they ask you why you're going. So I said religious purposes.
Right.
'Cause I was going with
Oh, shit.
my madrina lady that
Right.
was gonna do some ceremony.
yeah.
And so I went over there and got some eleques and things,
Yeah,
which was a trip to do it in Cuba.
it's a trip to do it in Cuba, yeah.
Do it in Cuba is a whole different level, bro. I was at and then you can't go to some of the ceremonies unless you're like in
You're an initiate, yeah.
correct. But there's some that you could go to. So she had this tambor for one of the orishas
Yeah,
for Yemaya, and then they do. There's all these people hitting the tambor, and that when they start hitting those tambores, bro, I'm getting chills right now,
Yeah.
because you feel it.
you feel the energy.
It's a different.
sure.
It's a different communication with the other side.
Yeah.
And they had this dancer, and he was gonna get mounted. They call it.
Yeah, that's when the spirit comes into the body of that particular person.
Correct.
Possessed.
bro. And then they were dancing, and the moves that they were doing were like the waves, and then when that fool got mounted, it wasn't him.
Yeah, it's not him.
No, it wasn't him.
This happens in misas too.
I've been to some misa.
Yeah, one of the santeros might have the ability to receive a spirit with them, or muerto, whatever. And I've seen that because I'm a babalao, so like I've assisted in some misas and other things like this, right? And like I watched in a misa, right, that happened. One of the guys gets mounted by this it's an old woman spirit, and he starts smoking up cigars, and he's like speaking like an older woman, giving the information that person needed in that spiritual mass. That's what a misa is. It's a spiritual mass, right?
Okay.
And the dude who got mounted, there was a bottle of aguardiente right there, which is like
Aguardiente.
Like moonshine.
Yeah, aguardiente, yeah. It's like moonshine, right?
Whoa.
This dude guzzled the whole bottle,
Wow.
right? While the spirit was within him, right? When the spirit snapped out of him, he wasn't even drunk, like he unaffected.
So these are like disembodied spirits, and the guy's the host, and they go into the guy.
Yeah. Now I've seen this before, you know what I mean? But that was my first time seeing it. And I thought, because I kept my eye on him drinking the bottle, I was like, damn, he's gonna be lit. I was like, I'm one of the initiates there assisting in something, right? But I'm thinking to myself, damn, he's tapping that bottle, because it was one of my first things that I was involved in right there, and I thought he was gonna be lit.
Wow.
Right?
Nothing. Yeah, see, when you see stuff like that, bro, it's hard to argue it,
Yeah.
And I'm the kind of person that I've ran the gamut when it comes to faith. I was born Catholic. I then became a born again Christian. I was
Searching.
like, and Sataracata Chanda in my ass off, bro. I was in charismatic, speaking in tongues, bro. I was teaching Bible studies.
Wow.
Like, I was deep, And then I went full-blown atheist.
Whoa.
Like,
That's a crazy flip right there.
you're just like, okay, this is fucking bananas. What am I doing? This is crazy.
I forgot about these phases of you.
And I feel like I've had a million times, bro. But I'm gonna be 56.
Hey, life's a journey, dog.
It is. It's a life's a trip,
Yeah. I swear to God.
100.
Yeah. And I did the whole gamut, and then I just started looking for spirituality.
Right.
Because that's where it's at.
There you
Yeah.
go.
That's where it's at. Spirituality, not religion. Religion is not it.
That part. Right.
Spirituality, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, religions will have you, going against your brother or sister because they believe in a different form of belief.
Religion, when people say it does more good than harm, I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like, when you think about just even the colonization of the entire planet, if you didn't have the God that these people had, then you were less than, and your shit was gonna get taken away. You're a fucking savage.
And they beat you into submission.
They beat you into submission. And look, I see the Guadalupe on your hat, which is, you want to talk about beaten into submission,
Yeah.
And I have T-shirts of the Virgen de Guadalupe, but not because I'm Catholic, but because my mom was so Catholic, and when she died, I had to make peace with that religion. But thanks to a santera.
Right.
A santera is the one that opened that up for me.
Yeah.
Which, so I'm going through my, then I'm burning sage, and I'm doing this whole spirituality thing. And remind me about the Virgen de Guadalupe, though, because I want to share something about that. I'm doing all my things, and this lady, I call her bruja, right? But she's
Right.
a santera. So she hits me up because her husband was listening to the Yo podcast, and he heard me talking about sage, and she hits me up and she goes, "Hey, I want to gift you some sage, you know." And so she sent me some sage. And then this was during the pandemic, and she says, "I want to invite you to a misa espiritual at my place." And I'm like, "I'm down, you know, check it out. I'll check it out." And I hit up my Cuban homie, whose whole family is into Santeria. She's in Florida. I go, "Hey man, Santera's invited me over." I go, I don't know what to expect. She goes, "You'll be fine." She goes, "Maybe take an amethyst for protection."
Right.
And I'm like, so I put an amethyst in my pocket, and I went. And they're doing the whole, you know, bro, they're smoking cigars. They're spitting freaking rum into black dolls.
Oh, Cuban all the way, right?
Bro,
right.
it's
Right.
like the real deal.
The
And I'm
real
in a
deal,
circle.
yeah.
Everybody's wearing white, homie. And the main lady, you know, she starts talking, bro. And she starts going.
Whoa.
And then she's telling everybody a little bit of something that they need to hear.
Wow.
And when she got to me, bro, the shit that she said, yeah, I've heard sermons, bro. I get stoned and I listen to records from the 1960s with televangelists, homie.
Yeah.
And dude, to listen to these dudes and the shit they were getting away with,
Right.
incredible. There's somebody here. Your name starts with an F.
Yeah.
Your name, and it was
Yeah.
like something really, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon my shoulder, and I'm listening to this, and you could tell how ridiculous it is.
Right.
Wow.
But when I'm listening to this lady, bro, I'm getting chills as I'm saying it because nothing but truth was coming out of her. I've never met her from Adam.
Yeah, she didn't know anything about
Nothing
you.
about.
And that's how it usually goes.
And
Is
and
that her
the
mom
sh-
who told you?
Yeah,
Oh, Eugenia?
Ashed's mom.
Mother
Yeah, Eugenia, yeah. Homie, this lady, and she read me like a book, bro. She told me shit that I didn't even know. You know what I mean? But I'm like, oh my God, that's real. That's some real shit. And then she goes, "You don't believe in anything, Martin." You know, this is the part that I'll share. She goes, "But you believe in everything." Because like I said, I've been searching for.
Yeah.
So I was like Greek gods and this and world religion fascinates me. You know, so I always Google shit, right? And I read, and she goes, "No crees en nada, pero crees en todo." She goes, "You have a lot of family of faith, and they want to help you." She's telling me this in Spanish. They want to help you, but you shit on them and you're pushing them away. She goes, "Catholicism might not be your thing, but it's where they put the faith and the energy
Yeah.
for you. And it's up to you to grab it." And I was like, oh, shit. So now, you know, I think about my mom doing the Rosario every night. The only reason I'm still alive, probably.
It's real energy.
Thank you.
It's real energy.
That's exactly how I describe it because I say she put energy into those beads. She put energy into every one of those beads every night for my safety, for my well-being, and my whole family, you know? And that energy doesn't just disappear. That energy stays
Thank you.
in those beads. And when you connect to those, so I had to, now when I put a candle to the Virgen de Guadalupe, I think about all the energy that my mom put the faith into this image, into this, you know, thing for me.
You're celebrating your mom's faith,
Yes.
pretty much.
And tapping into all the goodness that she put out there for me.
The light.
Yeah.
The light,
Yeah.
the light, yeah. And but it took her telling me and breaking it down like that to say, okay, these people know what they're talking about. They're not selling me on a fairy tale. They're not selling me on some bullshit. They're selling me, dude. I got bottles of water. I do this stuff, and I'm like, what am I? Sometimes I tell myself, what am I doing, bro?
Word,
what am I
yeah.
doing? But then I'm like, no,
Yo.
I feel led to do it.
Word. Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
led to do it.
Oh yeah, man. It's a different level. It's a different
Yeah.
level, and you got to be open minded to it. You know, going in, it intimidates some people though. Like what
Oh,
they hear,
for sure.
you know, because when you go for a nosode, which is a reading, right?
Uh-huh.
You may hear some things you don't want to hear about yourself. Stuff you know, you've never told anybody, but because this person who doesn't know you at all is telling you this, it's like hard to hear, and then telling you the remedy for it. and then thinking about the responsibility of that.
It's a lot.
Some people link into it and get it, and they follow through, and they see the difference it makes, right? And others, they open the box and then are afraid or intimidated by doing the actual remedy prescribed, and little by they just deal with what happens to them after that. But it's like you know what you've been told, and in spite of you might wanting to, let's just say, be in denial mode and like, nah, none of that's real. They were just trying to scare me or get my money or whatever. But as you live life, it's always in your mind, because when shitty things happen, you go to that like, what if I had done this?
Right.
Could it have been better?
Right.
And they feel like they missed the moment, but they're so afraid of it because they don't understand it. And that's I've seen people when we did a plante is what they call it when you receive the warriors, right?
Oh, okay.
The guerreros.
Guerreros,
right?
Yes.
Everybody, because there has to be a certain amount of people that receive it, right? For us to be able to do it. And this one person, we could see through the whole plante that there's something about this dude right here. It seems like he's going through all this, but he's not really, his heart is not there. Like you could see him questioning his whole shit while he was doing it. And at the end of the plante, he got to the whole thing. Like he was about to be given his guerreros, right? His warriors, and to choose who his padrino might be. And like he stood there and he told my padrino who was doing the plante, right? It's like, what if I don't want to do this? Like after all of it, he paid for, all
and
the
it's
things.
a lot of work.
It's expensive too.
And it's a lot of preparation for everybody's one thing.
Wow, that's
And he is
hard.
like-
That's a tough one.
And all he, like you can't force him to take it. It's on
He has
on
to
them.
want it,
So, my godfather told him, put it on the ground, walk out.
Wow.
Damn.
At that point, when you're walking out, like what's going through your head, bro? Like you're
I feel like he ran out. He embarrassed. He felt embarrassed because he didn't go through it that everyone else had except him. And, he rolled out and he didn't want to look at anybody in the eye.
Wow.
And because there was certain questions that he was asked, and we could tell he kind of lied about it.
See, because
Right.
when it gets to those type of questions, I think people are afraid to face themselves sometimes.
100%, or their past.
Thank you, because it's a reflection of your true self.
And not for nothing, receiving the guerreros, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shit is a big responsibility to take care of them and, do all the work
It's a lot of
in,
discipline.
in having them. It's a lot of discipline. And,
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten that far, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going back to Cuba, and I'm gonna probably do a rula,
yeah.
so that I could know what what the stuff is. But at the end of not at the end of the misa, but when she's talking to me, this lady's telling me all this, right? And she goes, "You even have a rock in your pocket to protect yourself from us, and you don't need to protect yourself from us."
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, this chick's in Florida that I called. She just told me, a few hours ago to put that freaking stone in my pocket. And that lady called it out. She told me, you have us to protect yourself from us.
Yeah.
Do you know how specific
Yeah.
and to say, that's some balls to say
Wow.
Yeah.
to somebody.
To unload on somebody
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
That I know that this is what you're doing, homie. You can't hide it from me.
And you can hear it in the
Oh,
voice.
bro,
Yeah.
I reached in my pocket, bro. I pulled it out like a 7-year-old that just got caught. homie. I'm like, my friend Melanie from Florida told me to do this because blah, blah, blah. I started ranting like a fucking canary. So I started singing. I'm like, what else does this lady know,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's
In the
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to give you the remedy, for what is ailing you, whether it's a spiritual thing, whether it's a physical thing, or an emotional thing, whatever. It's always like, here, let us tell you what the hell's going on.
Word.
What could possibly happen if you don't change what you're doing right now. And then the remedy to like solidify your good energy and push out any negative energy. You know what I mean? And people just sometimes don't understand that. They're afraid of some of the remedy.
Mm.
You know?
Yep.
They like being in their sickness.
Yep.
That too.
Yep.
Some people are a glutton for misery.
Yeah.
And that is a fact, you know.
Yeah.
Like some people just love the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Addicted to that low frequency, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's exactly what
You
it
could
is.
call it that, yeah.
Thank you guys,
Yeah.
for saying that. Yep.
Yeah. And so after that, you know, I was kind of like, okay, this is something I don't understand. This is something way different than I've ever experienced, but it's the most grounded, and ain't nobody trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a cheap faith, because you know you pay for you know, you get readings and things like that. I was so dumb, bro. I didn't know, you know, like I'm reading the stuff that this woman offers, you know, and I hit her up later and I'll go, hey man, you do limpias, right? And she goes, yeah. I go, hey man, I want you to limpia me. And she goes, huh? I'm like, yeah, just limpia me. And she goes, well, that's not how it works, bro. You got to get a reading.
Yeah, you got to get the reading.
I go,
first.
why can't you just limpia me? And she's
No,
like,
yeah, it doesn't
listen, you
work like
fuck.
that.
Yeah,
It was just
I
my
wish it
ignorance.
not a
but it
car
doesn't
wash,
work
It was
like
my-
that. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
exactly. Like I'm thinking it's like a car wash.
Sorry, man.
I will say that you know, I've been very fortunate in life, and doors that have been meant to be open have opened effortlessly. There's a lot of them that have been slammed in my face for a reason, but the ones that were supposed to be open have opened effortlly, almost like, you know,
Amen.
Yeah.
you just ate the mushrooms on Mario Brother and you can fly.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah, it's like that kind of open. So when I did some of the stuff that the lady had told me to do, it just opened up to a whole nother level.
Right.
A whole nother level where you're just like, oh shit, this is very real. Like this isn't, you know, just, you know,
For shits and giggles, right.
not-
This is
and
the
it's
real
not
deal.
just,
Yeah,
you know,
real.
and it's not, you know, there's people that'll sell you, you know, they'll sell you snake oil, bro.
Oh, wow.
Telling you
That's
that it's the real deal. I love that show, The Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
have seen it.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Bro, baby Billy.
Baby Billy.
Baby
He's a
Billy,
mother-
bro. When he's selling that,
Yeah.
and he goes, made by 100% Bible recipes. He goes, we're not making any money off of this. It all goes to the lab, the people making it. But it's 100% Bible recipes. And I'm like, this is it's freaking genius,
Yeah.
bro. But they'll sell you snake oil.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
preachers selling you $1,000 miracle blankets to get rid of your bills.
Yeah.
Yo, I just remember those commercials when they would sell like those prayer packets and they go, hey, buy one of these. Everything will go through. Don't worry about that. You late on your mortgage? Don't worry about the mortgage. God's going to handle all that. Just go ahead and
Yes.
pay that
Yes.
$9.99.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
I would even remember, like in the 90s, you know, the bakers and everybody, when they used to just straight up just ask for money. If I don't get $5 million by next Friday, the Lord is gonna strike me down.
Yeah.
Man, that's very intimidating to me. Like having
Oh, man.
somebody just like threaten you with
Yes.
the Lord's spite.
Dude, but people would send in the money.
But they
loved
would send
them.
in that money,
They loved them.
and they never questioned seeing the evangelist, you know, riding in a very nice car that's 10 times more expensive
Plane.
Hey.
private planes.
right?
Hey,
They, you know, these folks they never living a life like that, but they're
Man.
allowing this guy to. They're selling them religion. You know what I
word,
mean?
Dude,
So I'm selling salvation today for $9.99 per month.
Remember in Angel Heart when that black preacher was like, if you love me, then I shouldn't be driving no Cadillac. You should have your preacher driving in a Rolls Royce. Y'all should be giving your money to me. I shouldn't be in no Cadillac. Give me a Rolls Royce to be in.
Guilting his
Man, his
parishioners.
congregation.
bold,
yeah.
dude.
This is very bold.
Like,
You know, I saw this story of this guy in New York who recently got caught up doing some stuff like that. He went viral like last year because he was like known as like a preacher who would floss, bro. He'd have like Fendi suits. He'd have like a very nice ass like car.
Oh yeah.
And then,
Jesus.
And then like they live streamed the mass, right? So they stuck him up like last year, like 2 years ago. Like they rolled up and they took his watch, they took everything. Like walked up in the church, right? The FBI raided his house last week for like extortion, using his political connections to like intimidate other people.
Ooh.
fraud.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, just a
All
list.
the things.
All the freaking things.
All the things, dude.
Oh, when
Because
they
There's a lot of
divorce,
there's a
yeah.
lot of phony motherfuckers out there.
And I'm like, how are you not gonna question it when I'm like, hey, bro, how come I don't have a Fendi suit?
Nice.
You know what I mean? I'm like, how many more prayers do I gotta serve up for me to get one of them, bro?
So let's start a church and take people's money and dress good.
Amen.
Amen.
Gotta be careful, man. Crazy.
You know, the Lord's
Kanye
love.
has a church.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Kanye has a church.
Is he still active?
Who knows, bro? But there's
I mean, he could do pop-up churches. That's how he got it. He could just show up in a parking lot. It's church.
it's you know, but I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by preachers. There's that clip of that guy. If the Lord wants me to have a jet, a private plane, and if the Lord wants me to have two, I should. It's like,
Yeah, those
good-
guys.
good for you. And people just keep sending them the freaking cash.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
The Lord needs me flying around on the daily. I need a private plane
Yeah.
so I can spread the good word.
And the people will donate, no problem. Bah, 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 but some people will send like life savings. You know what I mean?
You could do that as an experiment.
Talk about super chats, man.
Super duper chats.
I used to sell miracle candles, bro. I put a sticker that said Satara Kata Shanda on it, and then I did some wiki on it, bro. And then I used to sell love ones, money ones, and health ones, bro.
Whoa.
Nice.
And you know, there was a time, I think you remember, reason when Dogecoin was hitting and all
Yeah.
that shit. I remember I told people, I'm gonna light the money candle, go buy yourself some Dogecoin.
I do
And then
remember
when that shit hit, bro, I still got motherfuckers calling me, hey man, my kid's gonna go to the hospital. Can you put one of them candles up? But to be fair, when people tell me to light a candle, I will light a candle and set some intention on it, and then
Right.
I'll put
There you
herbs
go.
and oils,
Yeah,
and I
right.
will follow
And,
through.
and you know what? That's the same energy that your mom and the rest
Correct.
put into
Correct.
the stuff they were giving you. It's putting
Paying
that
it
energy
forward.
out there and connecting.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Connecting to that energy.
That's
too.
right.
Yeah, no, it's I love it, bro. I love it. I'm fascinated. I'm telling you guys, before the started, I used to go to a weed church.
that's right. You were telling us
Yeah.
about the weed church.
Bro,
Please tell us.
so somebody invited me. They say, hey man, there's a weed church. I think it was like Covina or some shit like that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go check it out. Show up. As soon as you walk in, they hand you a joint.
In a church.
That's pretty cool.
In a church.
That's pretty
and there
cool.
might have been about 15, 20 people in there.
Was it good weed?
Dude, so even if it wasn't good weed, what they had was the anointing oil. And they would get the anointing oil and put it on the joint. Homie, first of all, this guy's preaching, right? And I'm already a religion nerd, right? And I've read, a lot of the Bible. And I'm listening to this guy, and he's talking about Exodus 30:22. And it's when Moses is up on Mount Sinai, and he's getting the recipe for the anointing oil, right? And it calls for 12.5 pounds of myrrh. And in the text it mentions it as shekels, right? But when you convert the numbers, it comes out to 12.5 pounds of myrrh, 6.5 pounds of cinnamon, 6.25 of cinnamon, 6.25 of calamus, and 12.5 of cassia.
There you go.
Right? And this is the anointing oil that you put on priests, you put it on their heads, and they'll have visions. This is how you heal. This is, we've all seen the videos on Instagram where the kid's beating himself up, and they give him the freaking vape, and the dude just chills the fuck out, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That's because that's medicating. Like back in the day, you would have said he's demon possessed, and this oil has released the demon. This is the miracle of this oil. So when you see the recipe, calamus is actually a misprint, because the original text, which was Aramaic, and I'm not trying to get all preacher here and shit, but what the original text, which was Aramaic and Hebrew, it was fragrant reed was what that ingredient was.
Okay. Right.
Fragrant reed. And when you translate it, it could either be calamus or cannabosum.
Oh.
And the difference is that
Big difference.
But it's still canna is the root word, which is fragrant. And calamus, there's only like 3 strains of it, and 2 of them cause cancer. And it has no other benefits in your life. Freaking cannabis, you can get clothing, you can get oil, you can get food, you can get protein, you can get fibers.
Right.
You can get all kinds of shit from it. Right. And so there's a big debate about, the actual recipe for this anointing oil, the ingredients. And there's a big chunk of people that are now coming over to the side that it's definitely cannabis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that's when you connect to the spiritual. Bro,
For sure.
some of my most spiritual moments is when I'm fucking annihilated, bro. And so it's 6.5 of a concentrate in an oil that you're putting on your head. 6.5 pounds, homie.
Yeah.
In a concentrate that you're putting on your head. You're gonna get. So they had this anointing oil. Put it on my forehead. They put it on my forehead one day, bro. I still put some on my old lady. She got high from my leftovers, bro, from my forehead. that
Damn.
thing, dude.
That's crazy.
It's beautiful. I still have a little ass jar. And they do these teachings where they're teaching you, this is based on scripture. This is based on scripture. And time after time after time, you're like, this freaking makes sense, especially when you break it down to the original text. And when you realize this makes sense, you're like, holy shit, what else have they bullshitted me about? I mean,
Everything.
Everything. I mean,
Everything.
everything they told us about weed was a lie. 100% a lie.
Yeah.
Every single thing. It's a gateway drug. It's a this. It's a that. It's a bro. And there's people today that are definitely afraid of it.
Yeah.
Afraid.
Still. Yeah. I mean, in
Afraid.
spite of all the platforms that exist now that can educate you about it, people are still afraid of it. And they can learn about it themselves. No propaganda, false propaganda.
False propaganda.
And re-educate themselves, man. Because a lot of people were taught based off of that reefer madness bullshit, and all the anti-cannabis propaganda.
Well, it was anti-hemp, really.
Yeah. Well,
They
really
couldn't-
anti-hemp.
They couldn't attack hemp. Cotton doesn't become the industry that it is without getting rid of hemp.
Right.
But they couldn't attack hemp, so they had to attack the byproduct, which was the weed.
Which was the cannabis, yeah.
And they changed the name. They were so afraid of Mexicans at the time. You probably know this, but they took the most common names, Maria and Juan, and that's why it became marijuana. Because they combined those 2 names to make it that much more scarier.
Yeah.
Which is
stupid.
Insane.
Oh my God.
Appointed a freaking drug czar to tell people how bad. They literally said, hey, you're a drug czar. Go tell them how fucking crazy this is. and he did. Some of the footage of that old stuff that the when they're like teaching it in the schools, right? And the parents are there.
Yeah.
Well, if you read the Jack Herrera book, Emperor Wears No Clothes.
I've read that shit 100 times.
George Washington had it to where he wanted everybody growing hemp.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, if you
For a
grow
time.
hemp, we would have never had to touch the rainforest.
Yeah.
Think of how strong that plant is. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the shit they were using back then came from it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Ropes.
The parachutes in World War I
So, yeah.
were made out of hemp.
Wow.
The Constitution is written on hemp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hemp
Heard
paper.
Yeah, hemp paper.
That's right.
So, but they couldn't go after hemp, and they had to villainize the bud. And the sad thing is that people believed it, but you go back through the freaking forever and ever and see that it was used in ritual and in healing.
It has all the properties.
The homegirl from Oaxaca, the mushroom lady, the mushroom priestess, Maria Sabina. You guys hip to Maria Sabina?
I haven't heard of her.
No.
Sorry.
Bro, so this lady, like mushrooms right now are making a comeback.
Yeah, we know that.
Mushrooms are on the come up. But when you realize she introduced the world to mushrooms.
Ooh.
She's a Zapotec Indian woman that her comes from a long line of healers, right? And the legend is, well, not legend, but a lot of accounts are that as a little girl, she would see her family doing these mushroom rituals for people, heal the people. And one day she's out walking with her sister, and they see some mushrooms, and they start. The first time she did mushrooms, I think she was 12, and then she just kept doing them throughout her life, and I don't want nobody saying, "Oh, Martin's saying do mushrooms at 12." That's not what I'm telling you. The story of freaking Maria Sabina, because people like that. People be twisting shit up, right? And so then as she grows up, her family keeps healing, but then she gets married, has kids. She goes through life, she's just doing life, doing her thing.
Absolutely.
And then years later, supposedly her sister got sick and nobody could heal her, and she was gonna die. So she went and did this ceremony and saved her life. And then what happened was everybody started bringing people to her, like she became like this healer. And in the 1950s and 60s, we were doing a lot of experiments with LSD. Every major university in the United States had an LSD program. And we can get into conspiracy theories about how that's how the Nazis were controlling people. And once we got their freaking professors over here and scientists,
we started doing it on us. Yeah,
that's what MK Ultra.
MK Ultra. Yeah,
will say it is. But not to get on that tip. Sister Maria Sabina, she the psilocybin in the mushrooms is close to LSD, but not quite. I've tried both, and LSD is way fucking crazier.
It is crazy.
It's way crazier.
Hell yeah.
But
acid?
What's
yes.
Acid? Yeah. But the psilocybin in the mushrooms with enough with a high enough dose, you're transcending freaking realities at that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they did. There was this one dude from Time Life. Remember that magazine?
Yeah.
They did a thing on her in the 1950s, and they told her that they weren't going to say her name. They weren't going to say shit. Just show me the ritual, the guy said. And sure as shit, he came over here, and he made a fortune from the story.
Whoa.
And then everybody and their mother in the freaking 60s and 70s was flocking to Huautla, which is where she was from.
To find her.
To find mushrooms.
Yeah.
So this is a mushroom. So in Mexico.
Oh, now I know the lady you're talking about.
Yeah. And so they call them the mushroom cult because they were able to practice this religion freely without, like everywhere else, the mushrooms were illegal, but right there in that town, it was part of this indigenous ritual that they would do. So they let them do it. Bro, all the hippies were going over there in the early 70s. You could, it just became this.
You could buy them in a mercado like nothing.
Dude, it was everywhere, bro. But she's the one that introduced them to that. And then she regretted it because what happened was, people would show up loaded, partying, and they'd go pay for the ritual. Then they're loaded and tripping balls, so they're running around naked, and they're looking at this lady like, "What did you do?" So she became this villain.
She disrespected. Well, she didn't disrespect.
Not intentionally, but yes.
The people that came to do the thing, they didn't come proper, and they disrespected the ritual.
Correct.
And she got the blame for it.
Right. But yeah, it's like when you start thinking like, holy shit, like, I was introduced to these mushrooms like, hey man, we're gonna trip. Yeah. But the reality is that they've been used for healing.
For a
long time. And now they're saying it could cure depression, it could cure
that's
it could cure this, it could cure that. But again, villainized for no freaking reason.
You can't be doing no rituals loaded, man. You know what I mean?
No, you got to take that shit serious.
You got to take it serious. Otherwise, the light's not gonna come to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like anything else, right? There's people that take pills because they need to, and there's people that take pills for recreation. And it's the same thing with anything. You could take, like, even with weed, we know that it heals people, and it's a great thing. And some folks just smoke it to smoke it. They don't really give a goddamn about the healing aspect of it. They're just like, I'm doing this.
Why are you talking about us, dude?
Well, talk about me too.
I was gonna
man.
say, and that's okay too.
That's okay too.
That's okay too.
They get a healing benefit whether they know.
100%.
But I'm saying with something that is supposed to heal you, a percentage of people will use it for recreation,
Yes.
and they're not even thinking about that
The
aspect.
healing benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a trip that pastor, he used to go fuck with the Catholic pastor, the Catholic priest, because the Catholic Church still uses the toxic herb for the anointing oil. And he's like, hey, man, I'll bathe in my oil. Will you bathe in yours? And that one would
Right.
be all like, hey, man, you got to get out of here. You're trespassing. I'm going to call the cops. Like, he would never take them up on
They got the wrong oil,
They got the wrong
or they got
the one thing. They
an
got the one thing
ingredient wrong.
Why would you and if in fact, not saying that there is a God, but if there is a God that said this is the anointing oil, why would he tell you to put a cancer-causing one?
Right. He would not.
And that's what calamus does.
Well, if you're anointed, you're not going to give cancer to the one you think is
No.
the chosen one. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. It's just giving it to the people.
Anybody.
People
Yeah, in
lack.
general. No, B's right. Anybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because the
Lame.
people are the ones who receive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morale and ethics.
God
would have
doesn't
to-
receive any of this. Jesus doesn't receive any of this. It's the people that go to give praise and thanks and worship and all that stuff. They're the ones getting it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Word.
Why not give them the proper
one.
one?
Hell yeah.
The real biblical shit, like Baby Billy says.
I love me some baby Billy.
You know,
I can't wait for that to come back.
Ah,
man.
this
I
year.
love it, dude. Even the first episode when they're baptizing in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They start arguing in that big wave pool.
Yeah. It's freaking awesome.
Dude,
Hey,
yeah.
you know, going back to the tequila real quick, how many shots did you have to take after you fell? Did you take any shots to kind of like get you, or did you just keep it raw?
I kept it raw, bro. Because I had, man, I smoked. I smoked, but I didn't want to get drunk just because I had to maneuver with one side of my body.
Hey, that's how they used to do it in the old days, right? In the like 1700s. They had a bottle of alcohol. They broke something. Boom. Forget about it.
Yeah,
They got shot. They poured it on. Racked it.
That was a disinfectant, bro.
It was a disinfectant and a sedative all in one.
That was probably a lot stronger though.
Oh, yeah.
So like, you know, you get like some pure, like, what do you call it? They went by X's. Right?
There was no regulations on those things, man. You were drinking some straight up octane. When you think about it, right? How strong you think it was back then?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Shit. Bro, it was moonshine, right?
Yeah,
It was
pretty much.
that crazy. You know that every country has their version
Of it. Yeah.
of moonshine, and especially every state in like Mexico. Like if you go to Mexico, you got in Sonora they make bacanora. Bacanora, and it is fucking firewater, bro. It's like Sonora moonshine, right?
Yeah.
And then they got in Chihuahua they do sotol. In freaking Michoacan they do charanda.
Yeah.
But it's all like home crafted. Like it's these fools it's like Pruno, but on the next level.
On the next level.
Wow.
And people will always create their own thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's much like, for instance, hip hop, right? When hip hop started in, you know, late 70s, whatever, it was just here in the States, right? But as it becomes a global phenomenon, first through Run DMC and then eventually Beasties, and the list goes on, right? It starts growing everywhere, where they went from appreciating it, right? And, you know, waiting for American groups to come do shows there to, hey, maybe we could do this too. And then them cultivating their own artists in their own regions, in their own countries, states, cities, whatever. And then they're doing shit that's now like hits in their regions, and like they're creating their own stars.
Bro.
And that's the crazy shit about it, you know?
It's everything evolves.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, being in my 50s, I've seen just music itself. I mean, it used to be that in school, the different people hung out with the different music that they listened to for some reason. Those were cliques back in the day.
Right.
Like the metalheads hung out with the metalheads. the guys that like the rap stuff and the breaking and things like that. They were hanging out together.
The new waivers.
The new wave, yeah.
Goth.
Yeah. Well, goth came later.
That came later.
Goth came later, but it was divided by the music groups, is by the people that now music is so like nobody's listening to just one thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening to just one
Yeah.
thing anymore. Back then, it was just like, I'm a punker.
It was
Yeah.
And it was actually,
identity,
your
loyalty.
music was
Yeah,
your
loyalty.
identity. It was your identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And now we're on a whole different planet when it comes to that.
Yeah, everybody's more open to everything. now.
Everything.
You know,
Yeah.
the freaking iPod and Jack Radio changed that shit.
Which is I think it's cool because it allows you to accept other things that normally when you were clicked up, you were hardline on that. You're like, I don't even want to hear this
I don't
shit.
even want to hear
Yeah.
it. You're so knucklehead.
'Cause-
I
but you-
shut off a lot of shit for a long time.
Because that's how I was in the beginning. I often tell these guys, before I knew what hip hop was, I listened to like metal and rock and shit like that. I listened to a lot of other things, but that was my main shit. And when I really got into it, I started listening to less of other things and just that. But when I got into hip hop, I became a purist of hip hop, and I blocked out everything. I was very clicked up at that point. I let go of like the
How old were you?
openness. At that time, when I heard my first hip hop record, it was through K-Day, so that was probably in 82, 83, right? And that's when it changed for me. I started listening I was like 12, 13 years old. So I started listening to all hip hop. And the music I used to listen to before, like absorbing all this different stuff that I was listening to, I blocked it out and just primarily listened to hip hop for a long ass time until we were on Lollapalooza, till we got on Lollapalooza and we were sitting there on mushrooms in the grass area. After we had done our show, right? We would go watch the other bands, and on this night we were watching Soundgarden, and we popped mushrooms. We were watching that shit. Boom! They unlocked the rock back and metal for me. I was like, "Oh my god, this shit is dope!" Because I was opened, by the mushrooms. I mean, we weren't microdosing. We were taking a lot of mushrooms at that time. So the music just connected with us. For me, for sure. I can't speak for the other guys what their connection was, but me, I was like, oh, this shit is dope. It was a Bad Motorfinger album, right?
Ooh.
And the mosh pit was ridiculous.
Oh my
it was
God.
like a whirlwind, and that sort of opened me back up to listening to rock and metal, and then eventually back into the soul shit and the reggae stuff I used to listen to and all the other shit. It opened me back up. That was probably in 1990, I think it's 92. 92 when I opened back up. I was 22
Wow.
at that point. So
Wow. And where we're at today, from that moment, homie, you got Sexy Red killing it.
oh my God.
Right.
Killing it.
Pedro's favorite.
No. I know. No
And
knock
she's-
on her.
and
No
she-
knock
and
on
she's
her.
rapping off beat too. That's
Does it
what-
matter?
It kind of
So,
does.
no. They say Peso Pluma.
I like how he
Peso
said
Pluma sings off key as well. They say,
yeah, and he's killing it.
and he's killing. So that's why I asked, does it matter? Not that it doesn't.
These days it doesn't.
right?
But to people that are
Purists.
maybe purists or students of the music that of that particular genre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we scrutinize because we were held to a certain standard as well.
well, dude,
Facts.
but it's so.
They're not held to a standard.
Well, look. I'm gonna tell in comedy, right now, you know what a comedian doing Spanish shows in Florida said to me over a year ago. He said to me, in Spanish, he goes, "Si no tienes a qué te dedicas en tu set, nadie te quiere ver."
True that.
So he said, if you don't have, so what do you do in your set? Don't nobody want to see like it's all about in the moment comedy.
Right.
Yes.
These dudes that are killing it, and God bless them, a lot of them they're fuck around. Matt Rife, his fuck around game put him on the map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about crafting, I've seen geniuses craft incredible sets
Right.
of comedy to get to which is the purest
Right.
side of it, but then there's this evolution to here we are. Like we are in the place where you don't have to be on key.
Yeah, you don't.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's
no.
crazy.
But is
You
it,
could be a sloppy motherfucker, and people are going to get down with it.
if you catch the right algorithm,
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
if you catch the right algorithm, I don't give a fuck what you're dressed like.
The algorithm's
Bro.
like a fish, bro.
well, there's a reason for
Homie.
that. Hey, look, this is by design.
We all know the goddamn Island Boys.
Here's the thing.
Island boys.
It's by design, right? It's by design.
Sure.
Yes.
They'd rather have you listening to some dumbed down, stupid shit, you know, than stuff that'll actually make you think in a positive way, or just make you think about the things that you're doing. Period. Like you don't hear so much positive energy on the radio. On the playlist is the playlist. Yeah, I mean, it is going to be what it's going to be, but what they give to you for free, right, in terms of terrestrial radio, it's all that mindless bullshit. And it's just gotten worse and worse. And these days, like, you know, A&R for labels signing rappers, you know, there used to be a standard in a bar set that, okay, we sign artists like this. Now it's about how popular they are before they even sign them. Do they got a few million followers or subscribers and you know, fans that activate?
Bro.
Okay, boom, let's get this guy. It's not necessarily about skill set. It's about popularity.
There are people with Instagram accounts playing high school sports, being able to capitalize financially immediately,
Yep.
just based on their following on their account.
Yeah.
All they're doing is videotaping their basketball moves, their whatever freaking reels they're putting up, and people are watching it.
Yeah,
If you're a badass, people are watching those clips.
true that.
Yeah.
you
It
know?
spreads. They all
Oh,
spread.
It's in the moment.
my grandkids play sports all the time, so they follow all these, and dude, there's like famous, like when LeBron's kid was in high school, they were selling out the freaking the freaking games.
Yeah, because it's LeBron's kid too. They knew LeBron would be at the game.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. It's cool for the school, cool experience, and it's
Well,
cool
he's got to
for
be a dad, you know.
and it's cool for LeBron to do that and make the time to do that. Because that's big to a son, you know, especially
huge.
when they're trying to live, you know, sort of in your shadows, sort of.
But also, there's a lot of pressure there too, right?
A lot on the kid.
On the kid.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Oh,
people are
man.
expecting him
Oh, dude, they're cruel to that dude.
to
bro.
be like LeBron.
Bro, have you, dude?
Yeah.
Did you see the game against UCLA?
Yeah.
They were screaming overrated.
Yeah.
Who's your
Damn.
daddy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Who was there,
really?
Bart?
It's disrespectful for
Bro.
sure.
Wow, that's kind of low.
But that's the thing.
And then LeBron said, "Let him be a kid."
Yeah.
But then also LeBron said, "Hey, this fool's ready to play with a lot of these scrubs that I'm playing against."
Mm.
I mean, when he said that,
That's a mark on his back right there.
bro,
Like
you can't go from saying that to let him be a kid.
he might have a tough.
No, seriously.
He's gonna have a tough time coming
am I
into the
being
NBA.
am I being
No,
a
you're
dick?
right.
No, you're
His-
right.
His son ain't gonna have Space Jam 3.
Hey,
Am I?
It ain't gonna be a soft landing.
You know,
Like
I agree.
like you're saying, it ain't gonna be a soft landing.
Yeah,
he put a target on his kid's
Yeah.
back with that.
yeah.
He could play with some of these scrubs I'm playing
Or some of
against.
these Fox or whatever the hell he used, whatever word he used.
because they're all pro players.
And again, we're on another planet right now when it comes to just everything.
everything.
Dude, it used to be your kid could be your kid and just play. Now, this poor bastard has to give a press conference at 12.
Right? Hey man,
Bro, what the fuck?
they're putting extra pressure on this kid because of his name and who his father
Not
is.
only do you have to play, you monkey, you motherfucker, not only do you have to play, you fuck,
Yeah,
you got to go give a press conference after the fact.
yeah. And realistically, he's not a top tier player. Like he ain't gonna draft high.
No.
Like
No,
and that could be by design. Hear me out.
what do you mean?
All right, look, here's the thing. If LeBron's going to stay a Laker, there's
Okay.
no way that when LeBron James' son comes out, right, he's not like, if he was a high draft pick, let's say 1, 2, 3, Lakers will never get him. You got to be in dead last place to get someone at the top, or there has to be trades that happen, right? But if he drafts low, like the way that, let's say, Steph Curry came in. Steph Curry came in a low draft. And look, he's look who that is. Not saying that he's that.
No, I mean,
because
Tom Brady was a late draft.
Yeah, because we haven't seen any of that from LeBron's son. But I'm saying if he came in at a low draft number, the Lakers could totally swoop him up, and he could, they could fulfill the father-son dream of playing together for a season before LeBron retires, because
that's what he wants, right?
That's a LeBron goal.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Is to play with his son. So what if he's just not even like trying to go, like he's doing his 1 year, but he's not trying to get drafted high? Because if he gets drafted high,
he's not playing to his potential.
Maybe not. Maybe he's this player we're seeing. Maybe he's holding back. Who knows?
Ooh.
A lot of maybes.
Yeah.
Because if he's holding back, I'll say he's G'd up because he's
it's
like,
not like he needs the money from the number 1 pick.
He don't. But what I'm saying is, if he's holding back, right? Which
that's
I'm
not his allowance.
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is. But if he's holding that back, he's pretty G'd up to have to deal with all that hate that's coming at him from the other schools, like calling him overrated and whatever else they're saying.
But that he's got to have thick skin. You've been LeBron's kid your whole life. They've been preparing you for these moments.
And you're trying to play ball? Yeah.
When I hear these college kids doing the press conference that they're doing like fucking grown-ups, and you're just like, holy shit. You've been taught this. This isn't just... Because you give a microphone to a regular fuck, he's just going to be excited, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens, because I think he only has to play a year in college before he can, step up into the pros. I'm wondering what he's going to do.
I love that theory.
It's a good theory.
It's a good theory.
I don't know if it's real or not.
No. But, I mean, that's what happens when you're stoned. You create different realities that could become possibilities.
Yeah.
So rad.
What if we manifested this right now?
Bam.
And then he's a Laker on a late round?
Yeah, because realistically, if he drew high, he would not. There's be no way he'd become a Laker.
Right.
It's those the 3 teams further down that have the shittiest season. When I think it's Detroit and who else? Can't remember the other 2. It's 2 bottom teams that like their records are really shit right now. They have the best chance at the top draft picks. Unless they make trades. Unless they make trades with other teams, say, okay, I'll give up this number 1 draft pick for this guy over here.
LeBron and the Lakers both have enough pull in the league to be able to get that kid on the team somehow, to make it work out so that he's on the team.
Oh.
You think he would trade Anthony Davis to get if let's just say his boy came in at number 1, would he trade Anthony Davis to bring his boy in?
All day.
Damn.
You shouldn't.
No, I don't think he would.
You shouldn't.
I don't think he would.
Sports.
Just saying.
Nice.
It's a lot of sports, I know.
Dude, that's not. I know.
I believe the Pistons and the Wizards.
The
they're in last
Pistons and
place.
the Wizards.
God damn.
That's
11 and 53.
Those are the teams you go to when you're being punished by the NBA.
By the NBA.
The Wizards. Kyle Kuzma's over there with the hell is he there with? He's got another good player, but I mean, it's the Wizards, and you got to have more than 2 good players. You got to have a good team.
Jordan Poole.
At least you could find him.
He got punished. He got sent to the Wizards. Golden State punished him and sent him to the Wizards.
At least you get those team jerseys on sale.
I still it's funny how you actually some of these teams do punish these players, right? Like they punished what's his name, Draymond.
Yeah,
like he got punished.
He got big fines for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like he didn't deserve some of those though.
But how long has he been being him? Like that's
day one.
It's like finding Rodman.
Yeah, true. He's like
what? Like, dude, this is what this homie is. Anyway, that's a lot. I don't know. Am I doing a lot of too many sports?
No,
Sport.
No, we got a lot of people that get down with the sports too.
Hell yeah,
that's funny.
Hey, you got a gig coming up, right? You're gonna play Flappers.
I'm doing Flappers, bro. I'm doing Flappers on the 20th, so like in a week.
You like it's your own show?
Yeah, I love that club, bro. Like, you've been to Flappers, right?
Yeah. Does it still smell funny?
What do you mean smell funny?
There's like a part of it that smells kind of funny.
That's funny.
What do you mean?
It's just like no, it's a certain part. Like when you go to the green room, where I was like,
Oh, describe the smell.
Well, you walk through the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. You walk
Okay.
through a kitchen,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know that it smells funny. I don't know, man. I just smell, dude.
It's a
my
funny
sense of
place.
smell is shut. No, it's a freaking it's super freaking intimate, and you could really fuck around. Like you could really like have a freaking
It's true.
enjoy yourself like a motherfucker. Those audiences are just it's a great spot to do your stuff that works, but to just interject a lot of like ideas and shit,
Like there's people there that can appreciate the
Yeah.
performing arts aspect of it.
I
and,
love
like,
it.
and have that performing arts etiquette. Like as compared to sometimes you might do a room that's a little bit too rowdy, and motherfuckers they'll be like, well, I forgot how to shut up during a performance, so I'm gonna just interrupt.
Well, if
And
you do a lot of bar shows, like back in the day, like, yeah, you're going to get a lot of that. But usually at the clubs and shit, although now with a lot of the crowd work, the crowd is screaming because they're trying to be a part of the show.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's the evolution of where comedy's at. It's in a whole different place. Like, I'm not a crowd work dude. Like, I'll fuck with the crowd at some points, if it's like, but it's not like there's dudes that their entire like game is a lot of crowd work, which is fucking another level of comedy, bro. Ian Bagg is probably one of the greatest ones. I don't know if you've ever seen that fool.
Ian Bagg?
Ian Bagg.
I gotta check him out.
Bro, he's this, like, you'll never see the same show twice if he does 8 shows in a row.
That's sick.
That's dope.
But he's just a fucking machine, bro. He's a machine. Like, you can appreciate that. And then there's a lot of fools that, it's like, hey, they're searching for shit. And so some of it's going to hit, some of it's not going to hit. It's interesting to see the different levels of in the moment.
Do you ever have to freestyle like that?
I do. I like freestyling. So when we do, I do a plug for the merchandise on the tour. And when I do that plug, bro, is when I improvise the most. I fuck around, bro. I turn some of it into a church service. It's like the miracle blankets that the preachers are selling.
Hell yeah.
I'll turn a bag into a miracle bag, bro. And so I'll have a crowd saying hallelujah with me. Like that's my improvise like time when I'm in that moment just slanging. I'm not just gonna slang
Like the
merch.
righteous gemstone.
I'm gonna slang merch and make it fucking, I'm just gonna fucking go on a tangent with slanging this fucking merch, And that's it's a that feeling when you say something for the very first time and that shit fucking hits, bro. The other day I said fucking miracle China bag. I don't know why the fuck that shit was funny in the moment, right? It's like I said, fucking I'm pretty high right now.
I feel you. Same here.
The little bodega has the nano thing, right?
Yeah.
That thing is the fucking best, bro. You don't have to wait.
No, it hits you quick.
It hits you fucking quick. Yeah,
Is that the whole thing with that? They have the nano. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I have the nano emulsion. I had never fucking heard of that shit. And then when I found out, it's like andale, güey.
What'd you do?
Don't hurt yourself. You want a cold one, dog?
No, I just wanted to read what he's talking about.
The delivery
Can't read
is like when you do an edible, it takes a while to hit. But I think with this dude, it's like no more than 15 minutes, and you're fucking right there.
Yeah, it's a quick hit.
Yeah.
E-Zone's reading. Look.
No, he's not.
He's pretending to read. Is that what you're saying? Thought your nephew here? He's pretending.
Prove it.
Fuck you guys.
This can says, fuck you guys.
You guys. In caps.
But anyway, yeah, I'm at Flappers.
That's right.
I'm at Flappers on the 20th, and it's a day before I turn 56 years old.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
And so my birthday's on the 21st, and I always used to say, you get to a point where you're like, I don't want to celebrate my birthday, but then you're like, somebody said to me, that's a fucking big fucking day. You were fucking born that day. A lot of shit got created that day. A lot of stuff lined up like that. You should acknowledge that day. And I was like, you know what? Fucking, yeah, why not say fucking happy birthday to me? Because I think, it's one of those, like, some people, I don't want no, especially like in the old Chicano culture, I don't want no birthday. I'm good, like, I think I'm one of those old tercos, bro. Like I got a lot of that old fucking, like, fuck, dude, at 56, homie, I got friends that are doing, comedy that I know that hold a therapy animal while they do their set. I know people that do that. And then I also know people that are mad that they can't say, fag. you know?
Yeah.
So it's like that spectrum is,
It's all out there, yeah.
holy shit,
There's
that's where
definitely people
comedy's
mad
at now. And I'm in the middle of it at 56. It's a fucking incredible time to be alive.
It's a trip, right?
Right?
Riding that line like that.
Yeah, it's a dude, you know what? Some of my favorite conversations are when I'm on the road and I'm stoned high as fuck with people that are really high.
Yeah.
But that live in like the Carolinas and things.
Yeah.
And then I'll look at a white person, ask them if their life matters.
And what do they usually answer with?
It always depends.
It always depends.
It depends on who's in the circle.
Right.
Because if there's minorities there, boy, do they get uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bro, I called a cop a pussy one time because he wouldn't say his life mattered.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He said it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah, he told me and I go, you're a fucking pussy, bro.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Well done.
He was being
He wasn't
political.
high. No, this was just a different.
He was just being political in that
Yeah,
moment.
you
He
know,
thought you were testing him.
We're in a venue. I performed at, and then I get, afterwards, I'm high and I see this fuck, and I'm like, hey, dude, your life matters. Because I do ask that when I'm high, when I'm around people. I'll ask people if they have kids. I'll ask them have you asked them what their gender is?
Oh shit.
You wanna have a real conversation?
I mean, that's a pretty real conversation.
That's a real conversation. And
Yeah.
I'll ask them. I'll just say, hey, I was talking to this girl. She said, I have a 3, I forgot how old. I think she said 3 or 4. And I go, oh, have you asked him what his gender is? And then she got really uncomfortable. And we were
What do you mean?
And we were all high as fuck. There was a circle. Everybody was high. Like you just get in a circle. I love smoking circles, bro. I love them, especially when I get to a certain place, because then I'll just, and I said, hey, have you asked them? And then she started backing up and she said, I'm not woke. And then I said, I didn't say you were woke. I'm just asking.
Oh my
Have
God,
you asked?
the veil flipped. Boom.
Right.
Have you asked him?
Word.
And it's like, dude, and she just started nodding her head,
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I said, oh, you're a toxic ass mom.
Yeah.
Wow, for real.
Probably.
You're toxic. I go,
Yeah.
and you're white. You're probably a Christian.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pinche tóxica.
Yeah. I mean,
That's where we're at as a planet, right?
yes, unfortunately.
It's
crazy.
Is it? And then when you do point it out, it's fucking like you sound like a lunatic.
No, they want to make you
sound like a
sound.
lunatic.
They
no
want to
matter
make
what.
you. They want to make you sound.
No
like
matter
that.
what side, though, no matter what side you're defending, you sound like a lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both sides sound like a lunatic.
Yeah. It's a way to keep everybody off balance, and like it's better to have the people divided than united.
Right.
Because united, the people can make changes together and, evoke change in different lanes, man. This is how anything gets done. It doesn't go through politicians. It does when you allow them to commit the fuckery that they do. But people make change. You know what I mean? And
You don't think politicians make the change?
some of them, not all of them. I believe that they keep people off balance by keeping them divided with
I
this
think in
two-party
America,
system.
yes. In America, yes. But in other parts of the world, you can see.
Well, their system is different than ours. Some of them.
I mean, have you seen what the guy did in El Salvador?
President
Right.
Bukele?
President Bukele?
Yeah.
Bro, El Salvador is now the safest place to visit in the Western Hemisphere.
Hmm.
Got Asian people buying properties out there.
It's the safest. The beaches in El Salvador have never been more.
And that used to be crazy over there.
And he cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys see what he did, though?
By building a big, badass prison. Salute to him.
Bro, but and locking up everybody. It
Yeah.
didn't matter. It was like,
Wow.
let's go.
Yeah.
You're affiliated. Let's fucking go. No questions asked. Rounded up everybody in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because they got gangs out of nowhere, like all the
continues to round them up.
Yeah, well, you know, all the homies that got deported from here that were gang affiliated, man, they went over there and started running shit.
It takes 6 months for you to get arranged over there to see a judge. So, like, whether if you're there convicted wrongfully or not, you're gonna make some friends in 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Get comfortable.
That fool. I mean, and you know, people are calling him out. You know, what you're doing is inhumane because he's got these fools running around like it's one of them concentration camps.
Wow.
You know, but people, you know, the people that are committing crimes, it ain't like the percentage that was. Dude, that place was run by thugs.
Yeah, for sure.
And that fool, I mean, he. You know, so that's I think that's one case where a politician
he hardlined it,
but you become a dictator at that moment.
Yeah, see, that's the line right
dictator.
there.
That's a crazy line.
Yeah,
sometimes
you made change, but
yeah,
it's ultimate power corrupts.
But you know, it worked though. For them.
For now. For now.
No, in some incidents, yes.
It's working for now.
I'm not saying the people are oppressed over there because the people seem happy as fuck out there, but I'm saying that like the method, people might be like it's a bit too harsh, but hey, bro, ask the people why he get reelected again. And they were like cheering, bro. I ain't never seen nobody pop fireworks when we get a reelection over here.
Wow.
Like the whole fucking country was like blowing up. They was like, hell yeah, thank you for cleaning this shit up.
You speak for the Salvies.
Yeah, I'm Salvadorian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I'm gonna say I speak for them, but
I was wondering.
He is the official speaker for the Salvies.
No. You would know is what I meant. You know?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's on.
Once again,
official speaker for the Salvies.
He's on.
Yeah, bro.
2024.
in all their entirety.
Yeah. Salute to President Bukele.
So the town backs him up.
Yeah,
They love him.
I think like there was like a 14% vote going to his opposing, I guess, running person, and just literally they were just like, dude, we're not even gonna count your votes. This is like like the public wants what it wants.
Wow. Word up. And with that, we want to say that it's time for us to open the door to the insane asylum. That means y'all, you got a comment, question, shout out, suggestion, pop it off, B.
Welcome to the insane asylum.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. People in the chat keep saying, yo, happy birthday month to Martine.
Hell yeah. Happy birthday month.
See, he ain't even trying to roll that R. Let's hear you try to roll that R, Bolton.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Martine, that's wild.
Come on, concentrate. Come on, concentrate. You could do it.
Martine. Martine. Martine.
Martine.
Martine.
Moreno.
Moreno.
You gotta get some confidence behind that, man.
We got our boy Dollar Bill saying, yo, son, Doobie. I'm really hung up listening to the Troubleshooters album. That tribal flute interlude is the baddest ass shit ever, man.
Thank you humbly, man. I appreciate it. True heads know. Thank you, Soul Assassins. Word up. Thank
And
you.
he's also asking, are Funk Dubious Native American?
Well, I'm Puerto Rican. Ralph is Mexican, and T Tomahawk is from South Dakota. He's got Indian in him. So
all three of you got indigenous blood. Just say it like that.
Yeah, I like how B said it. Thank you. Word.
Well done.
And we got Weedus up in here saying, Martine, the cigar game is crazy in Cuba. You have any good cigars out there?
You know what? I actually had some incredible cigars. I went out there and I did this. Dude, everything in Cuba is a whole different world.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world, you know? And there's this network of people that make shit happen over there. And,
Great.
you know, because, you know, when you got tough times, you figure shit out. Anyway, with that said, I had some of the freaking most incredible freaking cigars. There's this one cigar that was named after one of the biggest cigar makers out there. They named it after him. God damn it, I can't remember. It was a cigar I had never seen. Everybody sees the Cohibas and all the other guys.
But there's other ones out there.
There's other ones that are just incredible, you know? And I wish I could remember their names because, I mean, I gave it to some cigar heads that are like, you know, they carry humidors with them on the road and things.
Yeah.
people that really appreciate them. I was like, hey man, try this, and they were like, holy fuck, this shit is incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it was moist. It was just a great. Like I've had cigars that people give me. I wouldn't consider myself a cigar aficionado, but it's like wine. You can taste the good wine and you can taste the shitty wine. You don't have to be a connoisseur.
when Cuba opens up, eventually, people that are cigar aficionados and for coffee and all that, they'll go down there and experience that. Like, because coffee is another thing.
No, homie, there's no coffee.
Not anymore. They used to be.
You cannot find coffee on that island unless you have money.
Well, yeah, if you got money. Well, they nationalized.
No, the fucked up part, bro. I don't know. I shouldn't be putting Cuba on blast if I'm gonna go visit Cuba.
Well, no. Hey, look. Once upon a time, they had coffee bean farmers, and they nationalized all those lands.
Wow.
So they have it, but you got to have money.
Dude, Tanya's gonna play you.
And only the government,
all right.
only the government workers got the money to afford that.
The government workers are well taken care of.
Yeah.
They're well taken care of, and they get their education gets paid for. They're
Everybody else on their own.
That's tight.
Everybody else is on their own.
Is it hard to work for the government?
I don't think so.
Oh, then come on.
No.
But
Easy choice.
But now you're kind of like, you got to pull people over and do things.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the things that happen
It's a job.
when motherfuckers ain't getting paid. I mean, hey,
It's beautiful and it's sad, and it's not talking shit about the place. They have different politics, and it's I can appreciate the beauty and the tragedy of Cuba. But it is a place that is to be beheld.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place with a shit ton of history. When you walk into a bar and you know that Hemingway fucking hung out right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
And the people the people that came out of there, dude, like the Celia Cruzes of the world.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever hear her story of coming through?
No.
Like, so when you decide to leave, right, you have to leave everything behind. The only thing you take is the clothes on your back. They don't let you take money, no credentials, nothing, right? So when she left Cuba to, like, have something, she baked a cake and hid her jewelry, her most expensive jewelry, within the cake, and that's how she was able to have something when she got here. Pawn that jewelry off. And
Wow. Got to start.
ingenuity, man. Like, they're known for that out there, man. They keep it moving in spite of, like, the people that don't have shit.
And the people are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
The people, dude, you'd never know that they were hurting.
Yeah, it's just their situation is their situation.
Their situation is their situation. But anyway, great cigars in Cuba.
Word up. All right.
We got Josh up in here saying B is a Spanish cobra today. He's saying amor de culebra.
All right, let's try it again.
Amor de culebra. Nope.
Amor de culebra.
They didn't even write it like a French person, bro.
Culebra.
Why are you saying like amor? Yeah.
More.
Because he can't roll the R.
Snake of love.
Hey, more.
Amor.
Amor de
No, you
culebra.
Amor.
Okay.
Amor.
Your mom's gonna start hitting you, bro. She was an English.
We've been trying everything to help him get that
Yeah.
R roll, man. Like different techniques. He won't practice.
I practice in the car, but it just doesn't happen.
No, you don't.
Nah, bro. Like,
Don't be lying to us.
we're gonna program all the radio stations in your car, Spanish radio stations. Like, I'm gonna switch your cell phone shit to all Spanish. That's how you're gonna learn, fool.
We even had, some Spanish women or Latina women that were ready to, teach him how.
Yeah.
And still.
And you never sent him my way.
No. It's not my duty or
It's not his MO. Dude.
obligation to send him your way,
But
son.
I'm glad Bolton at least tries.
He does not try.
Well, at least he doesn't go, you know what I'm saying? Like Pee Wee Herman, and then it's over. You know what I mean?
goes
At
to-
least,
Dude,
at
he
least
goes
tries.
to Chipotle
right?
once a week, and he says he tries. Bro.
Chipotle talks to the Latina girl behind the counter and
You
says
know
he's
what I
rolling
mean,
his
guys.
R's. Give me a break. All right.
We got Jimmy B up in here saying, God said if you don't buy high and hungry merch off E-Zone, the Lord will strike E-Zone down.
Damn.
You guys,
Don't buy.
you guys want me to make a commercial like that? I'll make it. Why?
No, don't do it. Dude, that would be great.
I'll do it. I'll send it in the newsletter. Just sign up for it. Or
Oh.
We're running in between commercials for my show.
bro.
with that sunlight bouncing off the
Selling
shoulder.
shit like a preacher is it's gold, bro.
Yeah.
Put on a nice little suit.
Yeah. Oh, fuck that.
Get a-
Dude.
They do their own. There's preachers with sneakers websites.
Well, when I was, hey, you guys, man,
You seen that one?
No, for real?
Yeah, preachers with sneakers, and it's these freaking preachers and their kicks.
Oh yeah, you'll see TV. You'll see evangelists these days, right? These new age ones. They're up there in a nice little jacket,
Jordan,
black T-shirt,
Pandas.
some
Dunks?
501s and some Jordans up there. Talk about God.
Yeah, dude. They
Good.
have.
You should do a Salvadorian old school preacher, bro. Those televangelists from El Salvador.
See, I'm down to
Stop
do
He needs a
popping.
suit then.
Start
That-
going,
that-
Jesus.
that-
Yeah,
that-
you
yeah.
start
Use
popping.
the
and
I'm down. Like
that one you can rock the suit.
I'm down to do it in like for the English thing, but dude, with Spanish religion, bro, I'll tell you why they react back. Because when I used to work at a car dealership,
Oh, so you're afraid to do it in Spanish?
because I felt
so you'll shit on
Yeah.
Jesus
I felt
in
the
English, but not in
retaliation of it
Spanish?
before, bro. When I used to sell cars, bro, they thought it was the smartest idea to advertise in Radio Nueva Vida, which is an evangelist
Oh,
thing.
nice.
Oh my God, bro. So we would have meetings about like the lingo, how to talk to these fools, and all this stuff just because we were promoting there like on a 6-month contract. It ended up being one of the worst things we did because eventually these people figured out we were not a Christian car dealership.
Oops.
You know what I mean? And then like,
They're
So
sinners.
okay, so they will. So this is the thing about the Christians. They will go support a Christian-owned business.
Yes, they will.
And then what's that South Park episode where the homie starts a Christian band?
Yeah.
Faith plus
yeah.
one.
Yeah, Faith plus one.
Yeah.
Bro.
That was
He
hilarious.
goes, you just take the lyrics from any hit song and you put Jesus in there.
True
We
that.
replaced baby with Jesus.
Hey, faith plus one. That you got me with that one.
Yeah.
Bro. Faith plus one.
All right, what else you got?
I was gonna
Paul?
say my favorite was always this guy. He's always like, "I'm one of the richest mans in the state."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he is.
He's always talking about jets and driving like Hummers and everything
His
like
little
that.
false teeth and
Got the
shit.
Q-tip action going.
Look at
right?
Jesus.
His teeth whiter than that hair.
Jesus.
Like a Q-tip.
All right.
We got Dollar
Oh.
Bill up in here saying, "I love the energy talk, Martine. Energy is what I feel, but didn't know how to describe it."
Hey, didn't homie before that look like Baby Billy at 80?
Yes.
Baby Billy.
That's it.
Baby
This is
Billy.
motherfucking Baby Billy, y'all.
Baby Billy for real.
One of the greatest characters ever made.
Yeah,
Man.
that guy's a great actor,
Oh
man.
my God.
All right, next in here we got B Fake. He's saying, "My new song, We Talk About This Sheet, drops today."
You know, if I'm keeping it real, you need to work on your titles.
Thank you. Thank you, B. Thank you.
They
for
could
saying
be
that.
better.
Yes.
Just
We got
saying.
we got Rachel from San Diego saying, "Format feedback. I love the levity in my workday with the regular hours, but smoking out after hours was cool." And he's saying, or she's saying that LB Sure closing track on the mix was dope. B.
Oh, thank you. I've been doing these different style of remixes. I'm glad you're appreciating them. I got more coming.
We got a 81X saying, "Amazing guest today, Be Real and crew. Where can we go check out Martine and see him live?"
Flappers.
Flappers in Burbank.
That's right.
Wednesday,
And-
March 20th.
And they could get down with you on your podcast too, right?
Absolutely. I'm at
Yo.
the Yo 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 podcast. And then I have another one called, so the Yo 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 podcast is me and my son. And, you know, it's I got to say that we're not for everybody. We say some dumb shit.
Dude, that is the it's
We say dumb shit,
shit. Dude.
especially as father son, you know. And
I think people
and-
love shit like that.
Yeah,
though.
they do, but some people get like they're like, oh, I try to play it for my family, but it was way too rough. And I'm like, yeah, we're not a family, you know, like chingadera. It's not like, you know, you sit there while you're driving these little fucks to school,
Right.
listening to us shit on, you know, the Japanese Olympic people, right? Like,
Yeah.
anyway, and then I have Brujo 101, which is it's me and my bruja, my freaking madrina.
Spirit talk.
And we do, yeah, but we talk to like all kinds of different people. We've talked to like, you know, like Reiki healers, people that do the Cambo and the frog stuff, the frog poison that, you know, that
Yeah.
helps you travel and shit. What is that? It's combo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you
no,
know-
combo's the one that goes in.
You're talking
Bufo.
about
Bufo's the frog
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, they just
Yeah.
squeeze it out the backs.
Yeah, so there's fools that are all into that. People that are just into different faiths. You know, we've talked to some people that do tambores, to some people that
Haunted, a ghost.
haunted people. You know, just all kinds of Christians. We had an atheist. We had a Satanist.
Nice.
Yeah,
That must have been interesting.
so Brujo 101.
Oh,
Because everything went witchy for all of a sudden. Everybody's a witch now.
yeah.
There used to not be that many witches when we were coming up.
No, not at all.
Everybody's a witch now.
Well, they say they are.
They say they are. They say they are. There's a lot of fake TikTok witches.
True that.
Dude, I tell this because Ashay will fight with them, bro. Like she'll go up there and say, "Hey, this isn't what they're telling you here isn't real." And I'm
Isn't
like,
real, yeah.
You can't go in there and freaking fight with these TikTok brujas, dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Then TikTok, the wave happens on you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's you've seen her go in there, right? Talking
Yeah.
shit.
100.
So it's me and her, and so yeah, that's my other podcast, man.
Right on.
Damn, I'm having a good time.
Right on. As you should. We're doing our job if you're having a good time, goddammit.
Fucking
Hell yeah, I love to hear that. All right. What
we
else you got?
kind of talked about this before, but we got Bryson here asking, how long did it take to get used to on-the-spot comedy such as crowd work compared to doing a normal set?
It's not. I don't know that you ever get used to it. You either have it in you or you don't have it in you, right? I think that if a lot of people that do crowd work, it sometimes if I think the worst example I could think is that homie from Seinfeld, right? Michael Richards.
Yeah.
When he went off on a heckler, and then,
Oh.
and then it that crowd work was probably one of the worst ever recorded. I mean,
Oh,
there
yeah,
might
that
have been
was-
worse, but they weren't recorded. There might have
Yeah.
been worse in the past.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
somebody should have just told them, like, hey, fool, you're having a bad day already. Just don't go up. Like, because I'm pretty sure, like, he just snapped, bro. Like, he was
Yeah.
like,
Maybe
was-
maybe it happened in the moment and it wasn't anything,
Well, I
going
mean,
on before.
No,
Yeah.
but like, I'm saying that whole combination of things, that was the last drop of the cup, and then just
He exploded.
he
Yeah, he
exploded.
did.
Like,
Yeah.
But the shit that he said was pretty fucking evil.
yeah, for sure. Hence,
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
He went to the most evilest depth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I mean,
I know he regretted the shit out of that after because
he
like
did.
Hell yeah, he did.
everybody was like this.
Hell yeah.
So that's crowd work gone bad, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the worst crowd work in our lifetime. And then, like I said, I don't think that's something you get used to. I think you either have it or you don't have it.
True.
If you can be funny off stage, you could probably be funny on stage.
True.
And
Yeah.
that's the reality of it. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's trying to merge those two worlds is fucking awesome right now for me, bro. Comedy I think it's just begun to touch its expression.
Yeah.
But I think purists would beg to differ.
Yeah.
Like I did shows at one point with musicians behind me, and it wasn't really it's like comedy, but like mixed with religion.
Mm.
We had like church music going, and we did an altar call type of thing,
Yeah.
but it was mostly like to let shit go.
wait,
We at Harvell's.
yeah, I was there. I went up and I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, no, I
Was
think,
you there for the communion show though?
yes, the community, dude. That shit got out of hand. That
No,
shit.
dude, it was nuts.
It
So
was
for
nuts.
communion, their house wine is called Blood of Christ.
Yes.
So we poured that into the little shot glasses like that you get at church.
Right.
And then we had edibles, and then we had medicated fucking drizzle.
You had the vaporizer in the back,
And then we had the
too.
volcano, and I was annihilated. Yeah, I was annihilated, bro.
It seems like you would be with all that shit.
And I remember going out there, and then the church music was playing, and we were gonna do communion, and
He did do it.
we
fool.
did do
Yeah.
it, and we started, like the music was playing. We're like, everybody, you need to come down. Whatever the hell's bothering you right now, you need to let that shit go.
Extravaganza.
It doesn't matter what the fuck it could be. You're late on your child support, and they're gonna repo your car too. You're not gonna fix that shit tonight. Just let that shit go.
Let it go.
Let it go. You're here. Get fucked up. Come take a hit. Let it go. You can't fix it right now. You gotta let that shit go. If you're ready to let that shit go, you need to come on up. You need to make your, and then the music's playing, bro.
That's awesome.
And then people start lining up, homie. Oh, and we had somebody brought in, they had saved up ashes from blunts and from sessions. That's what it was. It was Ash Wednesday. So we put ashes on their forehead.
All right.
That said, yo, yo, yo.
Yo,
Oh my God.
So
I'm sorry.
they were calling him Saint Hooter, bro, and he's putting the ashes on.
Saint Hooter.
Pretty badass.
And then I'm passing the wine, and then we got the medicated thing, and people are lining up, you know, and he's like, and if right now you're in the back and you're feeling guilty about coming up here because you're thinking the God is telling you this is a sin, this is blasphemy, let that shit go. That's your nana. That's your nana's voice telling you that. Let it go and come and get the communion.
Come on down.
Bro,
Come
we
on
had
down.
Bear
and
witness.
then the homie G. Riley was up there, and there's a part where he says, dip it in the wine, it tastes better. Bro, we had a line out the door for people coming to get communion.
That's awesome.
And but it was one of those in the moment kind of shows. It's not like you can't go to a comedy show and that happens.
Yeah.
But I think it's a hybrid of
Yeah.
comedy. And, you know, so like I said, there's a million expressions for it right now.
Yeah, man.
You know,
It's great to see it evolving.
It's a great time to, you know, to and a lot of these dudes that are coming in with the sketches, they're freaking killing it too.
Yeah.
You know,
We just had Concrete here yesterday.
dude, Concrete is, I mean, that dude, you know, I've seen that dude work his way up for a minute now. I think I met him during the pandemic. They were doing some like independent projects somewhere, right? And they called me and they're like, hey man, do you want to do a cameo on it? I'm like, I ain't doing shit. Yeah, fuck yeah, let's fucking go. And Concrete was there, and I would see him do shot after shot. And this dude's just a freaking natural, bro. He's a freaking The camera likes his ass.
Oh, yeah.
The camera really likes him, and his shit is funny.
He got his game down.
He's I mean, respect to that fool.
Yeah,
Killing
salute to Concrete, man.
Killing the game.
Much love. What else you got?
We got Kulo Breaker. He's asking, I need to know the episode number of old Dusty Bart when he took down the set.
Oh man, I don't know what episode.
we'll
that
figure
out.
number
He's on
was.
right now.
What-
I don't
he's
know.
on right-
I don't know the episode, but you don't see any of the good stuff though. So like, don't
You only hear it. You
Yeah.
mostly hear it.
don't expect to see him tear down the whole set. Like you just kind of like build up to it.
He was
Come on,
It was
man.
almost like Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? Mashing through the city, destroying buildings. All right,
You can see him down that whiskey bottle.
he did down the whiskey bottle. You do see that?
And he's also asking for a moment of Bart's chaos, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is gonna be crazy. All right. 3, 2, 1. People ask for these things.
They really do.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
We got Jason O saying Crazy Toes sounds like a Funk Dubious song.
That does sound like yeah.
Crazy
Crazy
toes.
toes. That'd be a good. You could it'd be a foot fetish song for
Yeah.
you. Like the video could just be like foot fetish. You know what I'm saying? She got
Thank you,
crazy
B.
toes.
Word, call me. Oh man, leave it alone. All right.
Yeah.
Bro, Crazy Toes would be hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try to tell you.
I like that.
We
Crazy
got the
Toes.
Detroit
Thank you,
Pistons
guys.
up in here saying talk smack now, be real.
Say what? Who?
The Detroit Pistons talk smack now,
Y'all
be
suck.
real.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
What happened? What was that? all
Detroit
about?
doesn't suck, but Detroit Pistons sucks.
Dang.
Like at least this year they do. They're gonna get better though.
Oh,
They got some good, talented people on the roster. They got to figure out how to wrangle it all together, my.
Hey, you know, a cool thing that they just did is they announced a partnership with the J Dilla Foundation. They're
That's
doing a
dope.
J Dilla line
That's dope.
word.
from
That's
Detroit.
That's
so.
dope to see them connect with that.
Yeah,
That's like
man.
awesome, man. Salute to the Pistons for that. I hope y'all do get better.
And we got Xanadu saying, damn, be real, your mom was a brave one. Thanks for the history.
Oh yeah, she was crazy. She was the real gangster right there. Can't even tell you.
Like when you tell stories about your mom now, it's a different level of telling the story, huh?
It's a different level because yeah, as you're living it and seeing it, you're not appreciating it in those moments because you're just living life too as a young person. You know what I mean? But when I reflect back on it, I was like, God damn, she was pretty goddamn gangster. Like from, coming here to this country like by herself and the way she had to get here. And then, some of the gangster shit she had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
We got Josh up in here asking, what's your guys' favorite House of Pain album?
Both of them. The first two.
Yeah, me too.
Because there's gems on both of them. It's hard to just say one.
Yeah. Even there's gems on that third one, too.
Yeah, there are gems on the third one, too.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But like Same As It Ever Was. Oh, man.
Yes, that is a jam. Right?
Woo. And then Back From the Dead.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
That was good.
Beat.
Put Your Head Out.
Put Your Head Out.
Put Your Head Out.
Yeah, that is on the third album, huh?
No, that's not first.
Oh, that's first, yeah.
Yeah, first album.
Yeah, second
I
album
get
has-
confused. There's so many
I was going to say, how do you remember them all?
There you go.
I might know the songs and the words. I just sometimes don't remember where they're placed and shit because there's so many things we've done. But this is House of Pain stuff right here.
On the third album, they did the song with Guru from Gangstar,
Yeah.
Fed Up.
Yeah, that was dope.
The remix, yeah. Shout out to DJ Lethal.
Word. All right.
Next in here, we got a Bibly talking about tequila, saying, I can't believe places charge $12 for a shot of Patron Silver. Might as well spend some coin on the good stuff.
True.
Yes.
Might as well just ask them to spit in that shot.
But they have a great marketing campaign.
Yeah.
But it's not quality tequila.
No. I mean, they claim to be additive free now. Who knows? I don't know.
How can you prove that, though,
So there's like this chingadera that goes in like, and so the guys that are making it OG, they said, hey, do you want to be part of the group where it's all certified natural? And the chingada goes, there's another way to make it other than this way? That was his answer to them.
Wow.
When they asked him. He's like, I need a label for this? I thought this is how everybody made it. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
That's gangster. That's a guy from El Tequileño. That dude, shout out to that tequila company, bro. They the story behind them. That was the OG Cuervo guy, and his grandfather or some shit like that was from the OG and got fired from Cuervo. And I mean, you see Cuervo's that's completely commercialized.
Yeah, that is to me, they're the wackest.
So the homie that they fired is the guy that kept on making for all those years since the 1950s the same tequila with the same old recipes. And he still makes it like that El Tequileño brand. And I'm not trying to do a commercial for them or anything, but it's one of those like impressive at every level, at every expression that it exists, from the platinum to the fucking añejos. It's to the reposados. Their expressions of the spirit are fucking incredible. Fucking incredible.
What's the name of it again?
El Tequileño.
El Tequileño.
I'll look it up right now.
All right.
We got
get some of that.
We got Jeffro up in here saying, Martine, we need you in Chicago for a show, and I need a ticket ASAP.
Oh, wow.
I need around about 10 tickets.
Yeah, plus 15.
Please.
You know what, Chicago, bro? There's I do the big shows over there with Fluffy, but there's this one homie who has a restaurant where they do like art exhibits and shit, and he had a basement, and we did a show with his band, and I was doing like spoken word type of shit at one point, and everybody was stoned out of their fucking mind, and that was at the homie Estrella Negra in Chicago. Whenever I think of Chicago, I think about those basement shows a few years back.
Yeah.
Where we just go in there and just fucking just bullshit with the music playing and shit. It was fucking pretty awesome. I don't know if you remember Victor Valena, the guy that used to do all the music and shit.
No, I don't think we.
He's the guy that does sound for the Gabriel's tour, but he's like a sound guy. Like he does all the political freaking events and shit. He's the guy that does the sound. So he was out there on the Hillary Trail back in the day. He was on all those, all those campaigns. He was out there for Newsom, and he's anytime he's the guy that was doing the sound for all those fucking people.
Yeah.
Pretty cool dude, but he's a musician on the side. You know the song on the Yo 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 podcast?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
his.
Oh, that's his?
Yeah.
I always wondered. I thought it was like a wrestling song.
Nah, it's that full. He has like a bunch of different he likes to fuck with sounds. You know.
That's dope.
Yeah. So we used to do. We used to like crash like open mics, and then he'd fucking plug in his shit, and instead of me doing like jokes, I would just do spoken word shit.
That's dope.
But at an open mic where nobody was like, it's like you didn't come to see anything.
Yeah.
just
You didn't know
open
what
mic.
you were gonna see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my time just doing this shit, and those moments where it's like sometimes it's not even like there's nothing funny there. There's like there's. I think the humor is in how crazy the shit is.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
When you start getting into like, because like I remember like we were talking earlier about music back in the day. Am I interrupting the whole segment?
No.
All right, cool. Back in the day, you would get defined by the music clicks. God damn it! What the fuck was I just talking about?
You were getting defined by the music clicks.
Yeah, no, but before the music stuff.
Yeah, Steph.
The fuck did I just say
It's
before?
funny how that happens. Everybody, like when you're stoned, everybody will forget in that minute.
Yeah. There's
You know,
a reason why I forgot.
What I usually do to get it back is
What's
3 deep breaths, like inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Like it's almost like a meditation, and then it comes back. If I really want to know what it was that I lost. How many more you got up there,
We
Bolton?
just got 3 more.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shout to Ceaseless. Thank you so much for your super sticker. And we got Sorry Not Sorry saying no likes on the video equals no heaven.
No. Oh, that's
There you go, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty.
If you don't like this video right now, you ain't going to heaven.
at all ever.
No. But the magical moment happens when you do like it. When you take that action. The Lord wants you to take. He doesn't just want you to say you're going to like it. He doesn't want you to believe that you're going to like it. He wants you to show him that you're going to like him.
Come on.
And right now, you're going to do something very brave.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Go hit that like button.
You tell him, brother.
You're going to feel that like button.
Tell him,
Oh
brother.
man.
Ooh, hallelujah. And you're going to feel good when you hit
Oh,
that like button.
dude.
What's there not to like about the like button? It fills your life with like.
Come on.
Amen.
Woo. Hallelujah.
Crazy.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
Like.
That was a good sermon right
That
there.
was great, man.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for jumping in with us, man. It was awesome having you, brother. And lots of love and good energy, man.
Thank you guys very, very much. Fucking icons,
Thank you, sir.
No, seriously. You guys are, and the fact that you wore the Guadalupe and talked about Santeria was more than you can even, and I'm not even going to get into, like, I told you, remind me of the Guadalupe, but right now I just remembered. So whatever I was supposed to forget, I forgot, and the shit I was supposed to remember, I remembered, and that's that Guadalupe right there, and the Santeria.
That's what's up. Much love. You got any shout outs you want to give?
Everybody that's been writing, dude, that fucking, that you come out, you show love. Everybody that's put up with me saying that I'm a beautiful, sexy model, and you tell me, yes, you crazy fuck, you're a beautiful, sexy model. Thank you to all of you, because I've never felt sexier after putting those pictures and all you people confirming how sexy I was. Yeah, and in my 50s, that's who I'm giving a shout out to. All of you that took the time to go tell me I was sexy. And now there are thousands of comments that put that out into the universe. And to you, I say thank you.
Right on, man.
That's who I want to give a shout. And everybody at Flappers that's going to show up on the 20th. And everybody dude, to you guys. Seriously, thank you.
Right on.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
It's been an honor.
How about you, C minus?
Thank you, everyone here at the table. Pleasure having you on the show. Shout out to everyone that watches the show. You can follow me. Oh, shout out to Trios Crew, Dom, Ray, and Bolton. And shout out to Strong One. And you can follow me at C-Fan4 on all social medias. I'll probably be on Twitch later on tonight doing a mix. So join me there probably after 7. And word, thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow as well. What up, Bolton?
Shout out the Insane Asylum. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Ray Morning Shot Films. Shout out to the Dominator and happy birthday month to Martine. What's up, Doobie?
Hey, just want to say happy birthday to Martine. Thanks for having him. And man, I'm just glad he came through and made us all laugh. Also got to give a big shout out to Muggs, who's in Europe right now. Go check him out, man. All the Soul Assassins. Also got to give a big shout out to Ken Stephanie, Low End Wizards. Big shout out to Nas representing that low life polo culture. And yeah, man, I love everybody, the whole hip hop nation, man. Word up. Love you guys.
He's on.
Salute to everybody for tuning in. Salute to Martin for coming by. I'm glad to see you back on your feet.
Thank you.
You know, without crutches stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, I'll be there on the 20th. I'm gonna pull up on
Awesome.
you on that show.
Gracias.
And yeah, don't forget there's a comedy show going down April 1st for George Perez's birthday show, and it is Dr. Greenthumb. It's brought to you by Dr. Greenthumb. We'll be in the house, and it's gonna be a pretty good show. It's a surprise lineup, some hitters. You know, like George says, we can't mention them because then we have to pay him extra. Yeah, but there's some hitters. So go check out George Perez's Instagram if you want the link in the bio for getting the tickets. And go to flavorsbyezone.com for all the new merch that I've been doing. Sign up for the newsletter.
Tap into your spirituality and keep love in your heart. Swallow that.
BeReal.tv